Not much has changed with regards to vacuum breakers' design and function over the years. Basically what you have is a non-return valve that is designed to suck air in to prevent back drainage or implosion, and to then seal when there is pressure pushing on the little pin inside the body of the breaker. Most of them are spring loaded. None of them are actually pressure tested, but rather vacuum tested, because the reality is the more pressure applied, the better the seal on the little spring loaded piston within the vacuum breaker. All vacuum breakers pretty much work on the same principle. A one-way valve with a cover. Cover obviously to protect and prevent anything going inside the breaker, and to potentially reduce any risk of water damage. However, over the years, this product, or this part, has been the result of many water-related claims and serious damage to clients' houses. The problem lies in the quality of the water. A little bit of rust gets stuck between the little piston and the body. When the water comes back on, what you essentially have is a 360-degree sprayer in your ceiling. It's irrelevant if these breakers are positioned correctly over the tray, as they spray well beyond the tray. The Vac-u-cap was invented as a universal cover cap that will not only protect the breaker from ambient dirt or UV rays, but will also ensure that should the vacuum breaker fail under pressure, the cap will reduce the risk of unnecessary damage by regulating the water directly into the tray. It's a universal fitting, and the inner core tapers to allow for different breakers. It's also been designed to incorporate lagging should the pipe be lagged. The cap has also been designed to not restrict or reduce the performance of the breaker, i.e. allowing it to breathe and suck air in with no restriction to air. With it being a dual core, should the inner core flood, then the water will be regulated through the top 4 holes and out through the outer cap. It's easily secured with a cable tie that goes through these 4 eyes and is purely there just to hold it in place so that it doesn't get knocked off or removed by anyone. The vacuum breaker, in my opinion, has been completely covered up. There are millions of breakers out there. Failures have been underreported for the last 13 years. And the reality is, when one of these goes in your roof, there's very little question if my geyser burst or not, because the resultant water damage is extreme. What we're going to do now is we're going to go outside, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when a vacuum breaker fails. And even with the correct tray and pipe work in place, these breakers all result in horrific water damage.